A pleasant good evening and thank you for joining us for the Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. First, we look at news from Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago received a total of 16 bids for exploring and developing oil and natural gas at 8 onshore blocks in its most recent bidding round, the country's energy minister said on Tuesday. Trinidad in recent years has redoubled efforts to lure foreign investors to its energy industry, especially to boost exports of everything from liquefied natural gas to petrochemical products. However, the results of recent offshore bidding rounds have fallen short of expectations. The Caribbean nation's government is also increasing pressure on producers to boost natural gas output in the coming years to restart an idle liquefaction train and feed other facilities. The 16 bids were submitted by small energy firms, including Hunter Resource Corporation and Challenger Energy Group. The round's winners are expected to be announced in the coming months. Next, we tell you that a Brazilian Supreme Court judge on Tuesday ordered the arrest of the capital's most recent public security chief after supporters of right-wing former President Bolsonaro led a rampage through government buildings. Justice Alexandre de Moraes ordered the arrest of Anderson Torres, who was Bolsonaro's justice minister before taking over in January 2023 as the public security chief of Brasilia, where thousands of protesters vandalized the Supreme Court, Congress, and presidential offices on Sunday. Moraes also requested the arrest of Fabio Augusto Vieira, the head of Brazilia's military police, one of a number of officials responsible for protecting the key Brasilia government buildings. In the arrest warrant, Moraes cited their failure to ensure proper security forces were in place, also their authorization of the entrance into the city of more than 100 buses with Bolsonaro supporters on board, and their failure to close down a camp at which the former president's loyalists had been gathering for months. Moraes, who is running investigations of the anti-democratic demonstrations, vowed in a speech on Tuesday to combat the terrorists, calling for a coup. Finally, we tell you that Cubans frantic to escape economic crisis at home weighed their options this week on how to move to the United States after the Biden administration rolled out a new set of rules at the U.S.-Mexico border that dramatically changes the landscape for the island's would-be migrants. The new regulations block Cubans at the border, putting the brakes on a route to the United States favored by many. A flight to Nicaragua, which lifted its visa requirements in 2023 on Cubans, and then an overland journey north through Central America and Mexico to the border. The rules allow migrants outside the United States to apply for a 2-year parole period that would allow them to travel legally to the country.
Do not just show up at the border. Stay where you are and apply legally.
The process requires safety and health screenings and that Cubans identify a U.S. sponsor who will be financially responsible for them. The Biden administration has acknowledged economic sanctions are among the key factors driving immigration, but last week's policy change did not address the embargo. I am RENATTA and thank you for watching. Back to you, Travis.